Apple is rumored to launch the iPhone 17 series this September 9th with the spotlight on the ultra-thin iPhone 17 Air, but whispers of weak battery life and lackluster cameras are already sparking doubts. While Tim Cook is still boasting that we still have the best, our North Star is making the best products that really enrich people's lives. But Elon Musk has been quietly preparing to prove him catastrophically wrong. Enter the 2026 Tesla Starlink Pi Phone. For just $275, this game changer obliterates the iPhone's $1,199 price tag. With a diamond-shaped camera cluster that redefines its photography and a battery that laughs at Apple's limits, can it work indoors? Yes, it thrives even when everything else fails. Today, we're finally revealing the shocking first look to see why this could mean the end of Apple. Subscribe button and ring the bell for the latest breakthroughs. We witness the future unfold. 1. How does the Pi Phone's camera technology outshine Apple's best? Apple sets the standard with its camera design and specs, but what if your phone could turn every moment into a cinematic masterpiece, leaving iPhone 17 Air in the dust? Get ready to ditch your iPhone. The 2026 Tesla Starlink Pi Phone camera is about to redefine what a smartphone can do, and it's only $275. This is not marketing hype. The numbers, the hardware, and the computational tricks behind the Pi Phone combine to create photography power that actually challenges pro gear. First, the Pio's physical design is a statement. The quad camera array sits in a diamond-shaped module just 0.08 in thick, making it 30% slimmer than the iPhone 17 Air's rumored 0.12 inches. The camera module weighs only 12 grams. That smallness matters. Less bulk means better balance in your hand, faster aiming, and a sleeker look that turns heads. Built from aerospace-grade titanium with a self-healing nano coating, the module resists scratches and shifts color under light. In short, it looks futuristic and survives real use. The lenses themselves are brutal in performance. The primary is a 108-megapixel sensor with a variable aperture from f*1.4 to f*2.8. Now, what does that mean? The f number describes how wide the lens can open to let light in. A lower f number like 1.4 means the lens opens wider, pulling in much more light, which is perfect for night shots or dimly lit rooms. A higher f number like 2.88 means the lens narrows slightly, giving sharper focus for daytime or landscape shots. In simple terms, this range lets the Pi Phone capture bright, clear photos in low light while still keeping crisp detail in bright conditions. Compared to the iPhone 17 Air's rumored fixed aperture of f*1.66. The Pi Phone collects about 40% more light, which translates to sharper low-light performance and far more flexibility for creators. Computational photography on the Pi Phone is where Tesla's edge becomes undeniable. An AI scene optimizer trained on 10 billion images powers 98% scene detection accuracy versus an estimated 90% for Apple's current pipeline. That higher accuracy translates to better exposure, crisper low-light performance, and fewer blown highlights. The Cinematic Creator Mode shoots at 16K at 30 frames per second with real-time stabilization. Yes, 16K recording. Stabilization uses multi-axis sensor fusion and predictive frame synthesis, so footage stays buttery even when you are moving. This is the kind of feature that turns amateur vlogs into festival-ready footage. Put the economics on the table, and the shock is complete. At $275, the Pi Phone gives creators a tool set that would cost thousands in cameras and lenses. Apple's iPhone 17 Air, starting around $1,199 by current expectations, offers refinement and ecosystem, but not the same raw photographic horsepower per dollar. For viewers who want to create, share, and impress their family on social media, Pi Phone changes the value equation overnight. Picture this. You snap a sunset on your phone, and your friends ask if you used a professional camera. You film a family moment, so clean it looks like a short film. That feeling, the stunned silence in the chat, is the emotional payoff. Who would not want that power in their pocket? Which shot would you try first with a PY phone, sunset, concert, or macro food close-up? Drop your pick below. If you want to see side-by-side samples, technical breakdowns, and the full hands-on truth behind these numbers, watch the full video now. Comment the keyword Tesla cameras so I can pin the best reactions. But what good is a great camera if you can't stay connected? What if the PY phone could keep you online anywhere? Yes, even underground. Let's jump into it in the next minutes. 2. How does Tesla Pi phone work flawlessly indoors and underground? Have you experienced a no-signal situation? No problem, because Tesla Phone is built to do the impossible. Keep you online everywhere, even when everything falls down. Right away, imagine streaming, calling, and navigating from a subway car, a concrete basement, or a remote cabin with the same ease you get at home. That promise sounds wild, but the engineering behind it is what makes it believable. At the core is an embedded Starlink micro antenna about 0.23 square in an area tucked into the phone frame. This antenna is designed to talk directly to low-orbit satellites and is engineered to deliver up to 350 megabits per second download speeds with latency as low as 5 milliseconds in favorable conditions. Those numbers mean real-time video calls and fast streaming even where cell towers cannot reach. By comparison, satellite emergency SOS on other phones only sends short messages. The Pi phone aims to provide full internet access anywhere. Tesla's antenna design uses beam-forming phased array techniques inspired by SpaceX engineering. In plain terms, the antenna creates a focused beam that can steer itself to track satellites that lets the signal pass through walls and concrete more effectively than a conventional omnidirectional antenna. The system is tuned for extreme sensitivity, reaching signal reception levels down to minus 120 delmillit, in which negative 120 decimilwatts is a very weak signal threshold that only the most sensitive radios can detect. Reaching that sensitivity is what turns marginal no-signal spaces into usable connections. And that's why this phone outspecs the iPhone series. Efficiency also matters for a phone. The Pi phone's antenna reportedly draws only 0.5 watts in active use compared to roughly 2 watts, typical for standalone 5G modems. Lower power draw means the phone can keep satellite links alive without draining the battery quickly. That combination of efficiency and sensitivity is how Tesla can promise indoor and underground connectivity without sacrificing a full day of battery life. The real-world impact is huge for all of us. Commuters could stream video underground on long subway rides. Remote workers could upload large files from rural driveways. Families could video call during power outages and natural disasters when cell infrastructure fails. Those are not flashy features. They are practical trust-building advantages that can be life-saving in emergencies. Is this all theory? The technical pieces fit together logically. A tiny high-sensitivity phased array, optimized power draw, and a network of low-orbit satellites. When you add Tesla and SpaceX scale, the cost and integration barriers drop. That is why this capability reads as credible engineering, not marketing spin. If you want proof, watch for real-world demos that show stable video calls in concrete basement and live streaming from subway platforms. Those will be the moments that confirm the claims. Which underground test would you want to see first? Subway streaming, basement video calls, or emergency shelter comms? Drop your pick below and comment the keyword Tesla Pi Phone so we can pin the best requests. But we are not just concerned about staying connected. It's about performance power. What if the Pi phone specs could make the iPhone 17 Air feel like a phone from the 1990s? 3. Why are the Pi phone specs a death blow to the iPhone 17 Air? Apple is calling their thinnest phone Air, but now Tesla's phone makes it look thick and sluggish. Buckle up. The Tesla Pi phone specs read like a pocket supercompute. When you stack raw numbers, architecture, and systems-level engineering together, the gap is not small. It is decisive. Start with the brain. The Tesla Neural AI CPU, directly inspired by Tesla's world-leading artificial intelligence expertise, runs at 4.5 GHz with 12 cores. That clock speed and core count translate to faster app launches, smoother multitasking, and far better on-device AI than a chip running at 3.8 GHz with 8 cores. Real users notice this as fewer freezes, instant camera processing, and no slowdowns when you switch between heavy apps. It is what higher clock speed and more cores deliver in everyday use. Graphics are where the Pi Phone truly stops. A neural GPU with 35 teraflops of raw performance changes what mobile gaming and augmented reality feel like. That kind of throughput lets developers render complex 3D scenes at the device level without offloading to servers. Compare that to 25 teraflops, and the difference is tangible. Higher frame rates, better physics, and real-time ray tracing effects on a phone. For viewers, this means streaming television shows, broadcasts, or augmented reality that look and feel next generation. The display and durability follow the same pattern. A 6.8 in dual AMOLED panel at 15,360 by 8,640. Resolution in 2500. And its peak brightness gives an image so detailed and bright that it makes standard 2K panels look soft. Self-healing glass that repairs minor scratches within 24 hours keeps the image pristine. When you combine extreme resolution and long-term durability, you stop treating the phone like disposable glass and start treating it like a tool you depend on. Memory and storage close the loop. With 16 gigabytes of LPDDR6 random access memory and a 1.5 TB-based storage, the Pi Phone handles dozens of heavy apps at once and stores huge video projects locally. No waiting for cloud swaps. No constant juggling of files. When you edit 16K footage or run large neural models on the device, that extra memory and storage make the difference between workable and frustrating. For many users, that practical difference outweighs brand polish. Now is the economics. At $275. Offering this mix of CPU, GPU, display, memory, and storage forces a rethink of value. Apple's iPhone 17 Air may offer ecosystem perks and polish. But when raw capability per dollar is this lopsided, buying decisions shift. Tesla and SpaceX scale, vertical integration, and Starlink synergy explain how such a price point becomes credible. This is systems economics, not sales copy. Close your eyes and picture it. A phone that boots like a laptop, renders games like a console, and stores your entire media library locally, all for $275. That is emotional payoff. It feels like getting the future in your pocket rather than leasing it from an expensive brand. Which feature shocks you most? The 4.5 GHz neural CPU, the 35 teraflops GPU, or the 16K display? Is this truly a shocking first look? Type the keyword Tesla wins so I can pin the hottest reactions. 4. How seamlessly can it connect with external devices on this smartphone for those over 65? Tech can be tricky after 65, but the Tesla Pi Phone makes it effortless. Say goodbye to tangled menus and slow pairing. Say hello to a real connection. For $275, this phone is built to keep seniors talking to family, tracking health, and running daily life without stress. The heart of the experience is the Tesla Easy Connect port, a magnetic USB 5.0 Type-C base connector that snaps into place with one click. No twisting, no guessing. You attach a cable and it locks. The link is rated at 300 bits per second for data, compared to about 40 bits per second on many premium phones. In plain English, that means smooth video calls to a television, instant photo transfer to a computer, and zero lag when you mirror the screen to a large monitor. Seniors feel the difference right away because there's no waiting and no fiddling. Wireless is just as simple. One-tap Bluetooth 6.0 pairing guides the user with large, high-contrast prompts. Fonts are bold, buttons are clear. If dexterity is limited, the voice sync assistant steps in. You can say, "Connect to my television," and the phone does it. Hearing aids pair in seconds. Wireless keyboards and mice connect on the first try. There's no hunt through tiny icons. The system speaks back confirmation so users know it worked. The interface respects aging eyes and hands. Senior View shows icons that are 30% larger than typical layouts with strong contrast and clean labels. Health devices, including blood pressure monitors, pulse oximeters, and smartwatches, send readings directly to the dashboard in real time. Numbers are big. Alerts are plain English. Family can view shared summaries when invited, so seniors stay in control while caregivers stay informed. This design thinking extends to the home. The phone can adjust a thermostat, view a door camera, or open a garage, all from one screen. On big family nights, connecting to a living room television for a Zoom call takes seconds.